Okay, so I have an extremely bad setup right now, so hopefully this doesn't topple over in the middle of this, but here we go. When I first heard about this, or well, when I heard about Morphe too, I wasn't super excited. I just saw the promo pictures on Trendmood, I think, with Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, which I'm not really a fan of theirs. Not that I dislike them, I'm just like not really into TikTok dances. I don't really know what they do, to be honest, because it's just not in my realm of interest. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, it looks like fake Glossier. I don't know, I thought it was going to be comparable to the Glossier skin tint, which I haven't tried, but I've heard that it's basically like no coverage. Then I watched the video of the D'Amelios doing James Charles makeup with this stuff. And then when they put it on him, I was like, oh wow, like this actually has some decent coverage, but it claims like light to medium, like buildable coverage. So after watching that video, I was excited to try this. So it came out and then I got it. I was negative about it at first, but then I was like, okay, actually, I can accept this. I love the bottle. It's so pretty. I really like the frosted glass. Yeah, I just think it's really nice. I think they did a good job with the line, honestly, or at least the marketing of it. And it looks very nice and sleek. I like how these things have white packaging in contrast to like the original Morphe brand, which has black. So I think that's really neat. It kind of goes with the whole like light, fun vibe. I don't know why I've been holding this up the entire time. Hello. So I have this shade, Hint of Almond. I have like a super hard time matching because I'm olive. I don't know what type of olive. I read all these like olive MUA Reddit subreddits, whatever. Still don't know what type of olive I am. I just know that I'm olive. Anyway, I got Hint of Almond. It says medium with neutral undertones. It works for me well. It just feels like it matches my skin really well. I think I've tried it like twice. Once when I just got home from work just to like see how it applied real quick. And then I did wear it to work one day, but I do wear a mask all day. So it definitely like rubbed off. So it wasn't like I got to do like a full wear test of it yet. So that's what I wanted to do today. I'm not always into like no makeup, I guess you would say. I can appreciate a light coverage foundation. Sometimes I do want light makeup, or no makeup. Anyway, this has been, from when I've tried it, it's done a really good job blending in my skin. I haven't noticed it change colors on the dry down at all, really. So I've been happy with this so far. Anyway, so we can start applying. I am going to start with sunscreen first because I always wear sunscreen under my makeup. I just have this Hydro Boost one. It's pretty radiant, is what I'll say. For now, this is the one I always use and regularly use. So I'm gonna do that first. And I still don't know exactly how much sunscreen you're supposed to use. When I go on Reddit, skincare addiction, they're like, oh my gosh, everyone uses too little sunscreen. You should use like a quarter of a teaspoon, which I'm like, wait, people use less than that? I don't know. Anyway, this is what I'm gonna do right now. I don't know if it's a quarter of a teaspoon or not. A quarter of a teaspoon does not seem like very much. So I'm like, how are people using so much less? I mean, my face is definitely greasy. Like, I guess that's why. Maybe people are trying to like not be super greasy. But this is what I do. Eventually it calms down. I'll put this on first. I'm gonna let this rest and settle down for a second, but then once it's a little bit soaked in, then I will resume. Okay, so I actually just grabbed all of my other Complexion products, so I figured I would just swatch them for you. Okay, so I have these swatches here. I'll check in later when they're dried. While I'm waiting for the swatches to dry, I will start using the tint. I read that you should shake it up because it's a water-based formula. It definitely does separate. When I first saw the ones that were sitting at Ulta, they were like, it was like pigment and like water, it looked like on the top. So yeah, definitely shake it. So it's a dropper, which the dropper thing reminds me of like those like Instagram videos where you like drop highlighter on their face and like rub it all over. So yeah, the dropper seems kind of like, not gimmicky, but just like, why? I guess it's nice that you can drop it on your face without having to put it into your hands first, but I'm gonna rub it in with my hands anyway. So I normally do one drop there and a drop on my forehead. I'm just going to do one on this side so you can compare the two sides. So you can see like I'm a little red. It's very mild redness, but I do flush a lot. So even though if it's just covering my cheeks now, I still might get redder in the day. But for now, we'll just work with this and see. So I'm going to just do it with my fingers. And then I'll do the other side with the brush, I guess, just so we can see the difference. I am trying to keep it concentrated here because this is where I want the coverage, and I'm gonna blend it out to here so it kind of melts it all together. But I mostly just want it here under my eyes and all that jazz. And then I'll put this in here. I mean, I'll split it on my forehead first, but like really, I don't think it matters that much. Okay. So far, that's the difference. I do feel like it looks smoother. Sorry, the lighting is like a little uneven, but I think I look a little more even on this side. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna apply on this side with a brush, and then also it's gonna be really easy to kind of see the coverage because of my spot there. So we'll see how that covers it. So I'm just gonna do a drop again. Also, I probably shouldn't be touching the dropper to my skin, but it's fine. We must have preservatives, right? So I'm just gonna start patting it on. I guess patting and like dragging a little. I don't really know the correct way to like use like complexion brushes. I kind of just do stuff that works out. I don't know. Pat over this a little more just to get it really on there and get in my inner eye corners. I'll blend out the forehead line. I guess I should have put more on my forehead because I only did a half of my forehead. Where did I put it? Oh my god. Okay. Just realized my forehead's been out of it though pretty much the whole time. Sorry. Okay. So I'll just do this real quick with my... I don't generally like putting foundation around my nose because I have dry nose creases. I think it's like seborrheic dermatitis or whatever. Anyway, so my nose creases get really dry and flaky, and I find that it really picks up there, and I don't necessarily mind having a little bit of redness there. But today I'm gonna do that just to see how it does look in those areas. Because maybe it will look fine. I'm not sure about that. It's clinging a little to this because it's dry. Yeah, it looks like it's clinging there, which maybe we can sort that out. Yeah, before I didn't notice it doing that. I've also been struggling with these things trying to get them to. Sorry, now I just went, oh. Yeah, it's definitely clinging to this dry patch. I mean, it's definitely not red anymore, but now it's kind of more noticeable because of that. Might end up doing something else or dabbing some moisturizer on it to kind of like, I don't know. Don't know if that's a thing, but maybe. We will try that. So I'm honestly like happy with this. Like I don't mind being a little, having like, I don't know, I feel like on camera I still have a little red peeking through. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. In real life I don't really see it. Well, on camera it looks like I'm more red than I see in real life. But I'm gonna do just another drop just so we can see how it builds up and try to get under my eyes more. I am just gonna stick to my finger for this side just to like keep playing with it. I do really like how that goes on actually. I didn't even really get more on my cheeks, so let me do another little. Honestly, I'm not even using the dropper, I'm just dipping it in and then tapping it now. I feel like you don't need that much. I definitely feel like this is a thing you don't, like a product you don't need like a lot of, because I think that's when it starts to get cakey. When I was swatching it with my coworkers, we noticed that when you put a lot on it, it did look very like makeup-y. I think you don't even need very much. Like I said, I've just been doing like the drop or just like touching it, and I honestly think the coverage looks like pretty good on this side. I mean, I'm happy with it personally. I mean, you can decide for yourself if you like it, but oh, I was gonna do the brush on this side. Oops. Okay. So let me just do another little drop. And then I realized I could do this with a sponge too. I've been having like a moral dilemma about sponges. I'm like, do I want to have this sponge, keep it for like a few months, or I mean, I don't know how long I'm actually supposed to keep sponges, and throw it away? I don't know. I like to minimize waste where I can, and so I've been having a dilemma about sponges. So today I just wanted to do a brush and hands video just to see how I like it like that, because I've been straying away from sponges lately. I'm gonna go over this because this is where I have my like mustache. I thought it was hairs because even when I do makeup I still feel like I see it, but actually I guess it makes it look better. I also don't like having too much makeup on my top lip. I feel like it always tends to get really cakey there. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was because of that hair, but now I did the depilatory cream, so maybe it will be better. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, still this little problem here, but it's fine. We'll deal with it later. Yeah, that's the full base. Definitely the sunscreen adds to the radiance. Like, you are gonna shine. I would say it's like a natural, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know. But you can see how it looks. Definitely the sunscreen has something to do with it. And I'm just gonna go with a tiny bit of leftovers and just drag this down. I normally just do my makeup on my face. Like, I don't want to slather my whole body in makeup. Like, sorry if I have a different face color. Like, honestly, can't be bothered right now. No one get mad at me. So, yeah. So I don't think it looks orange, but you may disagree. I think that's interesting, seeing how they look on my hand and then how I feel about them on my face. So now I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna powder it down first. I always do powder because I'm already oily, and then in the summer it's just like I'm a grease ball. So I just do the lightest amount of powder though. So then I just go on my eyes first because that's where I feel like I want the most setting, because my under eyes and my eye area will crease. Then I just press. I like to press first because I feel like I disturb the base layer. So I like it to press first, and then I will like swirl it around. So that's it set. So you can see it's way more like satin finish now. And again, I think a lot of the shine has to do with sunscreen. So sorry if that's unhelpful, but I always wear sunscreen, so there's that. I think I like this, how this finish looks, honestly. I am gonna figure out what to do about this. Sorry if this is super weird, but I'll get close up so you can kind of see. So this dry patch looks really horrible. Yeah, it looks horrible with the makeup on it. So that's something to note. What I'm gonna do is get some moisturizer, dab that on. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I also normally set my face with a spray, but I'm not going to. I feel like it doesn't make that much of a difference for me. I also don't have it with me because I came to film upstairs in my room and I have my makeup supplies downstairs. Anyway, just checking in on this little guy here. It looks a lot better after putting the moisturizer on it. Honestly, I'm just gonna like scratch it. This is horrible. So yeah, if you have dry patches, it's gonna cling to them. I'm gonna do another coat of mascara, and then we'll check back in a few hours, see how this looks. Oh my god, I just realized I was doing my mascara on camera. Like, that is so ugly. Why is doing mascara so ugly? Anyway, this is it right now. I know I'm only filming on my iPhone, so I don't know how much you'll be able to see. Oh yeah, you'll get the view of my nice eyebrows growing in. You would only be able to tell if I'm wearing makeup if you looked very closely. Like, I just noticed here it looks a little tiny bit makeup-y. Yeah, I'm kind of worried it's gonna crease there. I did set it, so hopefully it stays looking nice. So here I'm like 2 feet away, 1.5 feet from the mirror, and it looks great to me. That's how it looks right now. So these have dried down all the way now, so I just want to go through them. Morphe Hint Hint Skin Tint in Hint of Almond. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless 128. Maybelline Fit Me 222. NYX Studio HD Concealer in 6.5. NYX Studio HD Concealer in 6. Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. What is it? 29N. Did I just have this out of the frame the whole time? This is MAC Face and Body in C2. My favorites. Oh, I'm tilting. Anyway, it's interesting to me how different all these shades look on my hand. This is what I'm wearing. I think that looks good. This is my regular foundation. I think that looks decent. It's not perfect. I do think this one looks a little, I don't know. I haven't worn it in like a while. Pretty sure this one looks a little orange. This one definitely, if I do it like on my face, like you notice the difference from my neck, like it needs to be blended down my neck. It's also heavier coverage, so maybe that's why. This one is like absolutely not. It looks like gray brown mud on my face. The 6.5, it works, but it's a little orange, so that's why I wanted to get this shade. It looks crazy like this. I guess I also normally like blend it out, so this is like a pretty thick swatch. I mean, you can see how like I tried to blend them out on this side a little more. But yeah, this is the one I like more now, which is interesting because it looks really dark compared to my face. This is the Shape Tape which I like to use for under my eyes, and I also use this for spots. So it's interesting because I feel like these shades have honestly both worked for me for like spots and under eyes, but they look drastically different, and this one looks drastically darker. Anyway, yeah, so this is the C2, which looks, it's weird because I feel like it looks pretty good, but it looks yellowy orange when I put it on my face. But yeah, so you can see all the shades for reference. They're all here. I think I see why I like the Morphe one so much. It's the most undetectable on my hand, at least. My hand is not the same color, but because it's sheer coverage, I think that's probably why it works out, because it's the same general tone, but just lighter. I don't know. So I'm gonna check back in later. We will see how the makeup's holding up and how it wears. Okay, bye for now. I think it looks really good, especially after 8 hours on oily skin and in 90-degree weather. I mean, it wasn't outside very much, but it was in the car. The AC is horrible. This is how much I sweat and how much my oil came through. I was looking, sorry, this is really not flattering. This is still not the best, but I mean, that's kind of what you get when you put foundation on a dry patch. I took the bottle downstairs, so I would hold it up, but don't have it. I'm gonna give it a positive review.
You have to put in the effort. You can't walk downstairs to get the bottle that you're reviewing.
I held it in the beginning. I don't want your opinion.
Like your smile at the camera.
Yeah, whatever.